with Munson Music. I'm going to talk about how you can play a song by Miranda Lambert called Automatic. And we end up capoing this on 3rd fret to kind of match the recording. We're going to walk through some things in root position. And we start off with kind of our intro progression around a D major chord. When we play D major, first finger goes to the G string on the 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the high E 2nd fret, and 3rd finger on the B string 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord and it sounds really happy. Now you may also want to think about lifting off the 2nd finger, and that makes a D suspended 2nd. Or you could take the pinky and add it in on the high E 3rd, and that makes a D suspended chord. So that way you can kind of say some things around the D and you kind of hear some moving around in the recording that way. And then from the D we'd be going to a G major. And the way you play G major, first finger goes to A on the 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the low E string 3rd fret, 3rd finger on the high E string 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord and it sounds really happy. Now you may also want to think about putting the 3rd finger on the B string 3rd, pinky on the high E string 3rd, and you get a G major that way. And that might make it a little bit easier to get from the D to the G, kind of having that 3rd finger in the same place. And we end up doing that 3 times, and then we go to a B minor chord. We play B minor. Normally you do this as a 2nd fret bar, and we'll talk about an easy way to play this too. But you do your first finger across the entire 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the B string 3rd, 3rd finger on the D string 4th fret, and the pinky on the G string 4th fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a B minor chord and it sounds really sad. Now you may also want to think about lifting off the pinky and making that a B minor 7. Or another way to play B minor 7 is to do first finger on the A string 2nd, 2nd finger on the G string 2nd, 3rd finger on the high E 2nd. Kind of working a B minor 7 that way. Or if you're digging on that other voicing for G, you could kind of leave the first finger on the A 2nd, 2nd finger on the G 2nd, and leave the 3rd finger on the B string 3rd, pinky on the high E string 3rd, and kind of work that for your B minor 7. And so that way you can kind of keep that 3 and 4 actually in the same place with those B minor changes. Now, especially on the intro, you'll kind of hear where it's almost kind of a 4 down count. You may want to kind of work it that way as kind of your intro, just kind of working just downs. Or you could even kind of double time on that and kind of make it a little sneaky if you wanted to add in some muting. That could be a cool way to intro the tune too. Or one of my favorite strum patterns actually for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So we could kind of work that too through that intro part. So if you just took the D and just tried that a lot, you'd have down, down, up, up, down, up, kind of D, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up. So we try that through the intro. You'd have D, G, D, G, D, G, B minor, G. Or something else I would lean to through the song is something called a 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot to the beat, right now we're kind of dividing that into 2 parts with our down, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's called an 8th note. What a 16th note is where you divide the beat into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite 16th note strum patterns is a long down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up. And what I mean by that is if you take the D and do a down for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you'd be doing on the first beat. Then on the second beat, you do a down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. And then on the third beat, you do a up on 2, down on 3. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, down, 1, up, down, 1, up, down. And then on the last beat, you're going down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So all together, you got down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down. So we tried that through the intro. D, G, then we go into our verse part. And our verse starts on D major, 2 Ds, and then we go to a C major chord. When we play C major, first finger goes to B on the 1st fret, 2nd finger on the D string 2nd fret, and third finger on the A string, 3rd fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major chord, and it sounds really happy. Now you may also want to think about lifting off the 1st finger and making that a C major 7. Or you can take the pinky and kind of add it in on the B string, 3rd fret, and that makes a C major 9. Or another way to play C major 9 is to do 1st finger on the D 2nd, 2nd finger on the A string 3rd, 3rd finger on the B string 3rd, and the pinky on the high E string 3rd. You can kind of work the C major 9 that way. That way you don't have to move that 3rd finger still. You can kind of use that as an anchor almost through the entire song if you kind of dig on that. So we tried our first with kind of mixing up these strum patterns even. You could kind of work that 8 down idea on each chord, or you could do the down, down, up, down, up. Or if you're digging on the 16th, you can kind of work it that way too. So you can actually kind of take those patterns and kind of find a way that works for you and kind of run with it. C, and then we kind of have a G with a down, down, down. It's kind of a hit, and then we pick it back up on the D. Now the weird part is to play along with Miranda Lambert. Instead of starting on a D major chord, she's starting on an F major chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo, and if you put the capo on 3rd fret, then now your D is really an F major, and your G major is really a B flat major, and the B minor chord is really a D minor chord, and your C major is really an E flat major. But to take it from the very, very beginning, you kind of work that intro, and you can kind of work those downs through that part, or even the bigger downs actually kind of end up that 1, 2, 3, 4, G, 1, 2, 3, 4. You could fill it in with the strum pattern, kind of that working the down, down, up, down, up. Or if you're digging on the 16th, you could have B minor, G, and then from there, we'll be going into our first verse. So we have the D. Then we'd be going into our first chorus. So we have a D, G, B minor, G, B minor, G, C, into our next verse. Now one other thing I think about adding to the song though is bass notes, and a lot of times on that first down of the down, down, up, down, up, you can throw in bass for the chord. So on the D you'd have the D for the bass, on the C you'd have the A for the bass, on the G you'd have low E for the bass, on the B minor you'd have the A for the bass. So we took that next verse and kind of tried it with a bass down, up, down, up. You'd have D, D to the D bass, C, pattern, you could add basses to that and make it a bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, or bass, bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, or bass, bass, down, down, up, bass, down, up, down. Kind of be cool variations. So D, into our next chorus. So you could kind of work that with a bass down, up, down, up, and have D with the D bass. G with low E bass, E minor with A bass, G with low E bass. So if you're digging on the 16th, you can throw that then we go into kind of our last verse, and it's kind of almost this big bridge where we just do a down on D, and then another down on D, and then we go to C and kind of do that same idea, that big C, and then G with a down, and then we pick it back up on our chorus part. So back to D. Now if you know other licks around these chords too, you know, feel free to kind of take this lesson and run with it any way you want to too. You know, hammer-ons and pull-offs can also be cool around the chords. Then we go into kind of our outro, which is kind of D, G, E minor, and then we play a big D chord, very, very end. But that's the basics of how you get strummed through Automatic by Miranda Lambert. So good luck.